What's up, everyone? Elvis Justice here. So today we are just going to be doing a virtual lecturing session where I'm going to be talking about, risk management and how you can be able to place a trade, right? As a professional trader, especially using signals. Now, let's come to the board right now. There are types of traders, right? Traders can be beginners, traders can be, you can be an intermediate trader, you can be a professional trader. But when it comes to, using signals, it's more of a thing that everyone thinks that, you just copy paste signal. But no, there's a way of, copying signals if you want to really be profitable in the long term, right? With it. And, the first thing first I will talk about is risk management. Now, when we talk about risk management, right, I always say this that the Europeans, right, in Europe, right, most mentors don't really send signals. What they do is they just tell you come buy my course. They don't send signals because they don't want any wahala. But with we Africans, we teach people, we sell courses, and at the end of the day, we provide signals. But at the end of the day, it comes back to us and people. Whenever a signal goes bad, people call us, he's a scammer, he's blah blah blah. For example, let's say we have we take, let's say, 4 trades in a row. You get closer, get closer a bit. Let's say we take 4 trades, in a week, right? And we have 1 win, 2 win, 3 win, 1 loss, right? That's the 4 trade that we take, right? Now, any beginner, the only reason why any beginner is losing money, or anyone can lose money, whenever, let's say, there's 3 wins and there's 1 loss and people are getting frustrated with that 1 loss, it's because they either do 2 things. They over risk. That's the only reason. One, they over risk. And I sometimes ask myself, if you are not able to contain the risk, you can't really crawl for that risk. Why do you take the risk in the first place? Because listen, any trade that you are going to take, right, any single trade that you are going to take, put it in your mind that the money is already gone. For example, you have $100, right? You never have to risk this whole $100 in one trade, right? You can risk $10. If you lose that money, you have $90 floating. If you lose another $10, you have $80 floating. With this, your psychology works, in a clean way. So we can't have four trades, and let's say you started the account with $1,000, right? Let's say you started the account with $1,000, and we had 4 trades. We took 4 trades, and you at the 3rd trade you were having, let's say, $300, right, profit, and the last trade you lose all the $1,000 with just 1 trade. What is really going on? That means you are not really a trader, you are gambling, right? If you want to trade professionally, you have to keep doing the same thing in all trades. For example, I use maybe sometimes 2% risk, right? Or if, let's say, I'm trading on a 100K account, right? 2% risk, that means I know that I can be able to lose $2,000, right? If I lose that $2,000, I still have 98K to still proceed. And it helps your psychology. But if you are waiting for a miracle to happen in one trade, because a lot of people put all their hopes in one trade, like this trade must work. There's nothing like this is not a rocket science. This is not a magic trick. This is not a cartoon that you are watching. This is not Hollywood or Nollywood, right? That it must happen. This is the trade that I'm going to put all my funds in. I'm going to raise all my $100 in one trade. That trade goes bad, and the next thing, the mentor is a scam. The mentor is just, listen, trade losing is part of the game, but how are you going to be consistent? Now, I always say this, that I don't really want to focus about the problem. After talking about the problem, what I do is I want to focus on the solutions that can solve the problem. So let's solve the problem. That's the problem that most traders have, right? Now let's solve the problems, right? Now, every trader, right, whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, or a professional or an advanced trader, whatever that you have, every trader is bound to have 2 accounts, right? It's either you use a plan A, this is a plan A. I'm going to teach you 2 plans today, or this is a plan B. You either have to use one of them and succeed, right? The plan A is you have two accounts. Every trader has to have two accounts plus maybe a binary account. That's, I call the demo. The demo is just used to practice styles and whatsoever. So it's either you are using the plan A methodology or you're using the plan B methodology. Now, what is the plan A methodology? You have to have an account that is conservative, right? That is conservative. And you have to have an account that is aggressive. You treat it in an aggressive way. For example, let's say you are trading on a prop firm, right? A 100K prop firm, or let's say $100 account, right? Conservative, you can afford to lose, you risk $5 here per trade. If you are trading on a 100K, you risk, let's say 0.5%. That's like $500 per trade, right? On aggressive, you are treating it a bit differently. This is conservative. You are going slow. Your psychology is intact, and the aggressive way is, you try to, risk much more. So you can be risking $20 on. At the end of the day, make sure you're not risking all your account on one trade, unless you've dedicated yourself that I want to, kind of flip an account. If you are not flipping an account, this is what you should do, right? You should risk $20 per trade, right? On a $1,000, on $100, the aggressive could be $20. On $1,000, the aggressive risk could be what, $200. The risk reward also comes with it, right? Then if you can risk big, you can make more money. If you risk less, you make less money. That's basically. So you are treating one account as a conservative, you are treating one account as an aggressive account. Bearing in mind that you are still never going to risk all your funds in one account. I see people risking all their funds in one account. Listen, it's never going to work. It sometimes works, but it doesn't always work. At the end of the day, I had a prop firm where I had 400K, and I was using 30 lot size, 60 lot size, 90. At the end of the day, I made over $90,000, and I lost everything in one single trade. Why? Because I was thinking it's going to stay on a consistent run. It's never been possible. Right? It's never been possible in this world that you're going to risk all your accounts and you're going to get richer by it. This is forex. Forex is not a get rich scheme, right? And there's nothing like motivation. Everything that you want to do in this life is discipline. You have to be disciplined. You tell yourself that you're going to risk 1% per trade. You risk it 1% per trade. Don't let another day come. You go and see another Instagrammer posting this, posting that, flipping account. Listen, everyone is successful on social media. I look successful on social media, but I might not be that successful as I look on social media. It's just, a kind of thing that is there. Every trader looks successful on Twitter, giving you advice. Listen, cut all the noise and focus on yourself, right? What are you going to do? Because at the end of the day, you are only here to make money. So this is the first, plan, right? Plan A. Now let's talk about the plan B. I always advise people that, my plan B way of trading, you have to have 3 accounts or even 4 accounts. I'm going to explain why. This is you. Let's say this is you, right? You're going to have 3 accounts. Now, the first account that you are going to have is dedicated to you, right? You have to have an account for yourself, right? Dedicated to you, right? That is for your personal trades, blah, 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 trades, things that you see yourself in the market. You have to have another account that is dedicated to a mentor that you trust. You are only going to take trades of a mentor. It could be me. If you're in my VIP, you have dedicated that account, for Elvis. I'm just going to be using Elvis's trades. The mentors do see something that you don't see, and we always, risk. Anytime I lose big, like $20,000. I hardly lose like, $500 or $200. I lose big. And if I'm making money, I make big money because I trust my intuition, and I've had the experience, and I had the win rates that it's seen out there. So you want to trust that. It could be me, it could be someone. I don't really care about that, but it should be your mentor, someone you really trust. When it comes to trading. So for yourself, an account for yourself, an account for your mentor, right? And you have to also have one account, I say that for your plans, right? For your plans in life, for your goals or your plans in life. So this account is just dedicated for your growth. just to check whether you are growing, you are progressing as a trader. This account is for that. And this is for a mentor, right? Someone you trust the signal. Don't be using my signals and you go and use another person's signal, you're going to use another. At the end of the day, if I'm going to have winning streak, you have to stick to one person or two traders that you feel like these two traders, I believe them, I trust them. On the long run, if I'm not going to risk my whole capital on on their trades, right? If I'm going to stick to the discipline aspect, risking, let's say 1% a day, 0.5% a day on the life account, if I'm risking 5% a day, then what have you, right? You have to get one of those men, one or two of those men, two maximum mentors. You take to your trade strictly on them, and for the other accounts, you have your plans and you have your goals. Now let me talk about the last thing before I leave you guys, right? I hope we are getting somewhere. Now let's talk about the last thing, right? If you're loving this video, if you like what I'm teaching today, like, share, and subscribe. Tell people about this, and let me see your comments, right? Let me see your comment too. Now this is how I post my trade. Let's say this is US 30. I always put my name here. Let's say Elvis, right? This is to indicate that the signal is coming from me. Let's say I say buy. The reason why sometimes I don't use, let's say, buy at this price, US 30 moves a lot, so I can't really, if I tell people that buy at 33,730, maybe some people could see the signal at 33,732, 735. So we are all not going to get the same entry, right? That is why I always put buy. And this is TP. TP means take profits, right? I have 4 TPs, right? 1, 2. I have the last one, right? So let's say I say buy, let's say TP1 at 33, 730, right? TP2 at 33, let's say 780. Now, one thing about me is I always target 50 pips for my first, TP. For my second TP, I'm targeting 100 pips. My third TP, I'm targeting 150 pips. And my last TP, I'm targeting 200 pips, right? And I'll show you something, right? And this is 33, right? 830, right? And this is 33, 880, right? And my stop loss mostly is always 100 pips. I'm going to explain why my stop loss is 100 pips. It works for me, right? And my stop loss is somewhere 33. Let's say the entry should be somewhere 680, right? 680. Yeah. The stop loss is going to be, so this is going to be the stop loss. Let's say if the entry is 33, 680, that means the stop loss is going to be 33, 580, right? Now this is 1% risk, and this is 2%. This is 0.5%. This is 1%, right? And this is 1.5%. Now, in a risk-reward ratio, right? This is 1:2 risk-reward ratio. If I have 100K profit, listen, if I have 100K, profit, right? And I'm taking a trade. You want to trade like me. If I'm saying I'm risking 1%, that means if this trade even goes bad, I'm losing what? $1,000 of my 100K profit. That is 1%. And prop firms, you need 8% to make the trade. So that means if you are going to use Elvis' signal, you need to lose 8 trades in a row. Bear in mind, if you're going to use a live account, like let's say $1,000, right? And you are risking, let's say you are on an aggressive account and you are risking, let's say $100 per trade, right? 100 pips, right? That means you are risking $100. If you lose, you have $900 to move the next day. You have to lose 10 trades in a row to, grow this account, and that is not possible. For me to lose 10 trades in a row before, that is never possible. So listen, if you're going to use my signal and you're going to stick with my US 30 trades, if I'm trading today, the next day, I lose today, I win, I lose today. If let's say I'm taking 6 trades, and I win 4 trades, right? And I lose 2, at the end of the day, you should be coming out with 4% minus 2%. You still have to be up 2% for the week. Imagine the trade is going for 2%. We are hitting 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%, 2% times 4. That means 2% times 4. That's 8%. 4 trades in a row. That's past your profile. Think about this, right? Think about this now. So the name is always Justice. I hope you rewatch this video and get the value. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Do like, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your comments if you enjoyed this one. The name is always. I'm out.